All right, cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you made it here. Have a seat, close the door behind you, grab something to eat or drink out of the kitchen, and we're going to get started. I've got something special here today for my cousin and brother in Christ, Jeff. Um, it is March 23rd, 2024. Tomorrow is your birthday, Jeff, and I've invited these people over to watch one of your favorite and my favorite Rush songs of all time, Lakeside Park. This is a live performance from 1976 at the Capitol Theater. Black and white, okay, back when we still remember black and white television. This video was taken off the Rush on MV YouTube channel, so if you want to go see the original source where I pulled this from, you can go there and check that out. What a song. What a song off of the Caress of Steel album from 1975, which didn't meet critical acclaim, but that's okay because we understand what Rush stands for. And it was because of, I think it was this album, I would say, it's safe to say, is the reason they became what they became. Because the record companies wanted them to put out music that they wanted, not what Rush wanted. And it forced Rush into creating 2112, which flew in the face of everything that the record companies wanted. And it put them on the map. And the record companies said, you know what? That album was so insanely popular. You guys can do whatever you want. Just make music. And that's, for me, has always been the driving force of why I loved and still do love the band. Sticking to your guns, having integrity, doing things the way that you want to do them, regardless of what other people say, okay? And doing it as best you can and making good product for people to enjoy. Some people will, some people won't, doesn't matter. But as long as you're pushing forwards in a good and righteous way, that's all that matters. And that's also part and parcel as to why I want to grab as many independent artists as I can off of YouTube and listen to them and react to them. Because the products that the record companies make, especially today, have become so base and so sexualized and so material that it's antithesis to art. It's antithesis to this wonderful blessing that God gave us of music, of being able to break down barriers and make connections and in some cases heal our emotions, fill us up with joy, depending on how it's being used. Now, Jeff, you and I talked about this song. For me, Caress of Steel was the first album that I bought of Rush. The first song I ever heard, and this was back in 1987 that I heard it, was Working Man. And I know it's from 1974, but the first time I heard Rush was 1987. I was hooked on that song, and then I went to the local, I think it was a Sam Goody music store, and this is back before compact discs, so all the cassette tapes, and I looked at this on the wall, and I'm like, look at all these Rush albums. Oh my God. And I just had to gobble everything up. And the first one, I didn't know what to choose. I didn't know what album Working Man was off of. But I saw the title, Caress of Steel, and I said, oh, that's cool. That's a cool title. So I got that album. And I was like, oh my God, what is this stuff? Lakeside Park is one of the premier songs on that album that could kind of be considered maybe, well, it was radio friendly, but it has such nostalgia and it has such a feel to it that it just takes you into the song, and as they do, they make you feel like, you're a part of this story that they're telling you. And though you're not there in the moments that Neil was writing about, the music and the lyrics make you feel like you are. And that's pretty awesome. Now, I have seen this before, this particular video, but Jeff, this is for you. I don't think you've seen this live performance before. And we're going to get into it, so the rest of you, please enjoy. If you are interested in all the different platforms where I'm at, Rumble, Patreon, YouTube, ways to follow me outside of those, all of that information is in the description box below, including the Chords and Notes merch. You got to get yourself the original logo shirt or maybe the alternate logo Joshua 19 cap. It's really comfortable. It's really cool. I've got mugs. I've got other things there too. So check that out and ways to support the channel. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let them talk, and then I will give you something raw, honest, and unedited. This is so cool. I love this song. I really do.
Crisp, clear,
Giannis.
refreshing.
Here we go.
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be hard. But not
Sorry,
cleaning
guys.
dental treats.
Here we go.
Lakeside Park, so many memories. Nothing right, midway lights, shining stars on summer nights.
Okay, I know it's a little thin on the sound, but there's something I want you to notice for those of you who aren't Rush fans. You're going to hear that kind of spacey thin synth sound, the right? I want you to look at Geddy Lee's feet, or his legs, motion of his legs. Because as he's playing the bass, he's playing the keyboards with this basically foot keyboard, where he can press the keys and activate the sounds. my favorite part. Favorite part. And then, yeah, I could hear it. I could hear it. They were gonna go right into 2112 off of that one. So yeah, and it's an old analog recording, so it's not gonna be sound the greatest. But for those of us who know the song very well, that's okay because we've heard every note, we've digested every sound that they've made in that song. And it's a true song of reflection of nostalgia from a positive point of view. Neil was talking about Lakeside Park, and there's it's a festival in Canada on the 24th of May that they would go to, and he's just describing the midway where all the rides are and all the games are, and where the kids would go hang out. And in the 70s they're smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and just hanging out having a good time, eh? Geez, that sounds like really Canadian. But again, here he's taking personal experiences and he's writing them in such a way that's inclusive for everybody who hasn't even experienced that, to be able to, in this short span of time, let their mind travel and wander in this space that he's created with his words, in this world, in this story. And it's true artistry in order to do that. And plus the music, the way they constructed the music and they worked together. This is so young in their career. This is 75, right? So this is, a year into Neil being with the band, and they're still, Alex Lifeson's guitar solos still have a little bit of that Jimmy Page feel, because that was one of his biggest influences, and he always used to try and figure out how Jimmy Page used to do his phrasings and whatnot. These guys they studied music on their own. They taught themselves based on listening to the bands that they loved at the time. It's not like they went to school for it. So under those circumstances, you're going to wind up probably sounding like your influences until you find your musical voice. But that's one of the things is with Rush, their musical voice has always been there throughout the progress of their 40 some odd year career. And it's always good. It's always good. There's nothing negative or vulgar about it. Maybe not all the ideas everyone agrees with, but that's okay because it's never done in a way that's like, demonstrative or pushy, and this song itself, just wonderful. His vocals, I think he struggled a little bit in especially with like the chorus, in a couple of parts. I don't think he has at this point polished off his vocal performances, but still good, very good. And even then, like I pointed out, you could see where the technology was starting to be added into the band, and they didn't want a keyboard player. They felt that they could keep it as a trio and manage these things. And as those synthesizers and keyboards grew, different members of the band had to take over. Neil would trigger certain things with the electronic kit. Gettr would play like I showed you with the keyboard on with his feet, but Alex would also have one too. So sometimes Alex would have to trigger all the keyboard sounds while he's playing guitar. And so they found all these different ways to navigate through this technology over the years that they added into their sound while remaining true to who they are as a trio. And that's just another testament to musical greatness and musical genius. So Jeff, I am so glad that you asked me about this one and that I was able to do this for you. I want you to have a happy birthday. For the rest of you, I'm glad you're here for this journey. God's given us music as a blessing to share with one another and to enjoy. So please continue to follow me on the platforms I told you about. And I think that's all we have for this one. So God bless you guys. Jesus loves you. And remember Joshua 1:9.